What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining me and watching week 7 here for my training for USAPL Nationals. Last week was week 6. I was up in Wyoming, as I discussed, so I took it as a deload week pretty much. So didn't film anything. It was a lighter week, nothing to report. So picking back up here with week 7. Only had 3 days to train this week. I left Thursday for another trip, so I had to pack as much in as I could into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. My recovery is always a lot worse when I have to go back-to-back days, so I knew going into this week wasn't going to be that good since I had to pack everything into 3 days instead of 4. So what I took care of first was hitting my priority 1 lifts each day on the first movement of the day, and then I went into a priority 2 lift and again a priority 2 lift for the third lift. So I went priority 1, priority 2, as opposed to working in priority 3 lists. So that's the great thing about programming like this. I prioritize everything. I've got my 1, 2, and 3. I have a shortened week, 3 days instead of 4, so I was still able to hit my priority 1 and 2 lifts. Didn't get any of the 3s, but it makes the simplicity of the programming that much easier. So here we go. Start rolling some footage. Right here, got my gear in for Nationals, thanks to Titan. So got a new box of stuff to try and get going. So first up, week 7, day 1. Started off with my competition squat, followed by raw bench and conventional RDL. So these went priority 1, priority 2, and priority 2. So this week I was programmed about 91%. Anywhere from 1,003 to 1,050 is about where my normal opener would be. This being Nationals, I'll open a little bit lighter. So here we go with the sped up version like I do every week to show you how you can really do all this stuff alone. I was hoping to get a knee wrapper in here for this week and the following week, but I wasn't quite able to get it done. So still wrapped myself, got my suit on myself, straps up, no big thing. Was really happy with this squat. It's definitely about the fastest 1,000+ pound squat that I've moved, so I was really happy with that. Velocity on it was really good. The velocity calculator is kind of funny. It puts me at a like 1,200 something pound projected max, which I wish was accurate. Maybe with a stiff bar I could. And there, whipping the suit off for you real fast and easy, show you how loose it is, show you how you can really do this stuff yourself, knock away all your misconceptions about gear. Here's a side view of the 1,003. Pretty pleased with my depth. Next up was raw bench press. I started these off doing some CNS priming, I call them. I pretty much loaded up 110 pounds over what I was going to use with the set, as you saw there. Extra red aside, so extra 110 pounds aside, drop them off, and go ahead and hit the set. Something used to do back in the day, just a little trick to fool your body into pushing some heavier weight. Final thing of the day was conventional RDL. Again, I don't do my RDLs to push my number up in terms of the weight on the bar. I use them to replicate my deadlift. So I'm doing something very specific in terms of locking my knees and pulling my shoulders back at a very specific time to hammer my motor pattern. Week 7, day 2, definitely starting to feel pretty run down here. Since I'm having to train multiple days in a row like this. So started off with my equipped bench press, followed by conventional deadlift and backbreaker squats. I used a new shirt this week. I wanted to use a real loose shirt to find a weight that I could touch with nice and easy for the meet. So that was 783 right there. Quite a bit lighter than how I've been going, but just messing around with a new shirt really. Second exercise of the day was raw conventional deadlifts. I'm doing some doubles here. Pushing the weight up a little bit more. Actually went a little bit harder on these than I would like. This second rep here, I grind a little bit at lockout. More than I would like, more than I had programmed into. You know, didn't have another rep there, but decently pleased with the weight, pleased with the way it moved considering all the work I'm putting in this week. Last exercise of the day, I'm calling these the backbreaker squats. It's just a Zercher / front squat harness turned around backwards. They're pretty wicked movement. It's challenging to control your balance and to control your body position. As you get down there, as you descend, the bar turns more into a high bar. As you can see there, it looks like it's high bar if you're looking at the bar relative to the shoulders. But as you come up, the weight's shifting backwards. So it's a challenging movement. Again, I do it to take stress off my biceps and elbows. Week 7, day 3, started off with a Sumo Deadlift, followed by raw squat and soft equipment bench. This was definitely the worst day of the week. I was definitely feeling extremely run down at this point. 3rd day heavy training in a row. Still trying to crank it up how I can. So here we go with the Sumo Deadlift. This first set of three here, or I'm sorry, third set of three here on pulls from the floor, and then I follow it up with the halted deadlifts. So 3 sets here at this weight, right around 800 pounds or so. Finished 3 sets there and went ahead and did my halted deadlifts. Again, I set these PVC pipes on the side of the bar, and I just pull the bar up until I hit them. And the purpose of this is learning to pull the bar off the ground properly, being patient, slow, and controlled with my motor patterns, and make sure I'm firing the right muscles at the right time. So I'm taking away the stress of worrying about locking it out, and I'm worrying about creating strength and power off the floor. So that was 827 there. These things always move fast, and here's 860. So I was pretty happy with that. Hadn't pulled that much before, but 860 up to the halt point. Felt pretty good about that. Raw squats were up next. My left SI was bothering me this week more than it has in the past few weeks. Actually hurt pretty bad. And then also having some right ulnar nerve pain on my right elbow due to the bench shirt. So wasn't happy with these this week. Didn't work up to the weight that I wanted to and that I was supposed to. Just did 3 doubles, three doubles there. My velocity wasn't where it was at, so I kind of cut back. And last exercise of the week here, the soft equipment bench press. And a few weeks ago, I was doing these to the pins. As I'm getting closer to the competition here, I've taken away the pins and I'm bringing them to my chest to make it more of a specific competition movement. And again, this is specific to both raw and shirted benching. So projected max was down quite a bit this week. This was 562 or so for a set of 3. I think the week before I'd done 606 for that. But considering the fatigue and where I had been for the week, all in all pretty good week. And we'll see you next week.